What up, what up? It's Grant. This video is going to be how to find your purpose, okay? And I think this will clarify a lot of things for you because so many people, they don't know what their purpose is in life, right? And if you find out what that purpose is, your life's going to get a lot better because if you have something to look forward to and you know at least why you think you're here, your life's going to get a lot better. And there's a lot of misconceptions about purpose, so I'm going to shatter a lot of beliefs in this video, and then I'm going to show exactly how you can go about finding basically your place in the world, okay? Because it's pretty counterintuitive. Let's jump right in. All right, let me just make sure I can see myself in the screen. All right, I can. So here we go. Now, the first thing that we have to do is we have to break some of your incorrect beliefs that you have around your purpose, okay? Here are some of them. So I only have one purpose. Not true. I have to love every single part of my purpose. Not true. I can never do anything else but my purpose. Not true. And I have to do my purpose forever. Not true, okay? So here's what you have to understand about purpose. You don't have one specific purpose. Does that make sense? With life, everything is subjective, so it's on you to create meaning in your own life, okay? That's responsibility that you have. Nobody can do this for you. Nobody can tell you what you like or what you want to do. You have to make a decision and you have to figure out what you like to do, and you have to say, okay, cool, I like doing this. I'm going to get better at this. I'm going to keep improving at this. I'm going to help people in this area. Now it's my purpose. Does that make sense? So like me personally, I don't even feel like I have a purpose other than helping people. For example, I like making these videos. I like starting businesses that help people. That's just what I'm passionate about. So I love to help people, right? But there's a lot of different avenues that I can go down to help people, if that makes sense. So understand that there's not just one lane for you. There's a ton, but you have to discover what you like to do. Because that's the core of this, is you don't have any passions in life. You don't know what you like or what you dislike. So you have to discover yourself, okay? That's one of the most confusing parts about being a human, is we are complete mysteries to ourselves. That's why it's called self-discovery. You have to discover yourself. And the way that you discover yourself is by doing things. And I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean right here. So understand this. You have to break all the beliefs that aren't serving you when it comes to your purpose. So you can have multiple purposes. You don't have to love every part of your purpose. And here's what I mean by that. Let's say you think your purpose is becoming a copywriter. Let's say your purpose is becoming a writer. Okay, you think your purpose is going to be becoming a writer. So then you start writing every day. But you realize, oh my God, a large part of writing is actually doing research and reading other books. I don't want to read other books. I don't want to do any research. I just want to write. So you think that you're going to be living your purpose by writing, but when you actually get there, you realize there's all this other stuff that you don't even want to do. Does that make sense? So understand that you're never going to do you're never going to do stuff that you absolutely love every second of every day of your life. Okay? There's always going to be stuff that you don't like doing. Get over it now. So the question becomes, you have to find something that you like to do that's worthy of your time. Okay? So you have to find a goal that is worthy for you to strive towards, and you have to do it. So the question becomes, how do you find that goal? How do you get your purpose? This is how you do it. So you're starting here, right? You can see the little box. Now, this is your undiscovered self. It's a big black ball of stuff, okay? Now, what you have to do is you have to discover this undiscovered self, okay? So you have to make this tiny until you get here, okay? So your undiscovered self is huge right when you start out, like you are now, but then eventually your undiscovered self is going to be tiny because you know a lot about yourself. So literally, this is all about self-discovery, because the more that you know about yourself, the more you're going to understand where you fit into this world. And too many people don't know themselves, and that's why they can't figure anything out, because they literally don't know themselves, and that's the answer to everything. If you know yourself, your life gets amazingly better, okay? So here's how you do it. You're going to start with a very large undiscovered self, because you don't know anything about yourself yet, so you have to discover stuff. So how do you do that? Well, you go towards things that you think you're going to like, okay? Now, action is the only way that you find your purpose. You can't sit there and think in your head. You actually have to do things in the world. You have to take action, okay? So how do you know what to do? Well, your intuition is going to push you up, okay? So you're like, oh, hey, I might, want to do this. And so you go try it. And then when you go try it, you're going to realize that there's parts of it that you like and parts of it that you don't like. For example, let's say that you think you're going to be a writer, okay? So then you start writing and you try to make money writing. You realize, oh, I like the writing part, but I actually hate the research part, and I hate the reading part. I just want to write all the time, but I also have to make money. So then you're in a new position where you're like, okay, I know what I do like and I know what I don't like. But the only way, and that's when you get here, okay? Because you've shed some of your undiscovered self. You've discovered what you like and what you don't like. Now you're here, okay? So look at that. Basically, you're going to have a whole stuff of no's, meaning you're going to have, every time you go through a level, you're going to have a bunch of stuff that you realize you don't like, okay? And there's going to be stuff that you didn't even know about. So you're going to be like, oh my God, I didn't even know this existed, but I don't like it. Okay, that's perfectly fine. That's normal. Now, on the other side of that, you're going to have a whole bunch of stuff that you do like, your yes side. Okay, so as you discover yourself, you're going to find a bunch of stuff that you like that you didn't know about, and a bunch of stuff that you don't like that you didn't know about. Every time you actually do something, you're going to learn more about yourself. So your undiscovered self is going to get smaller. Okay, so you took that step towards writing. Now you're here. So you realize that you didn't like researching or reading. So now you're like, okay, well, where do I go? Well, I'm going to try something else. Boom. So now you're here. Does that make sense? So your intuition is pushing you in a direction. So you're basically saying, okay, what do I think is the best route to go here? I'm going to go try it out. It's just, you have to think about it like you're a scientist discovering yourself, right? You're a scientist running an experiment. So once you have all these beliefs fixed, then you're basically just trying stuff out until you find what you like and what you don't like. Here's the biggest error that everybody makes. They just sit in their room and they're like, I don't know my purpose, and they don't try anything. Well, you're never going to find yourself if you don't actually do stuff, because doing stuff is how you discover yourself. So literally everything that you do, your undiscovered self is going to get a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller. And eventually, you're going to know a large part of yourself. You're going to know a lot about yourself, and then your life's going to get really fun. Because you have to think about this like a puzzle piece, right? When people just start out, there's so much that they don't know about themselves, so where they think they're going to fit into the world isn't even close. Because like, they think that they're a square when actually they're a triangle. And so they keep trying to put themselves into a square box in life, and they stay unhappy, and they don't know why. Well, it's because you're a fucking triangle. You know what I mean? So that's the problem. So this is the process, right? Right now, you don't know what your purpose is. That's totally fine. You're going to discover it. So you're going to say, okay, what do I think I want to do? What are your interests? What are your dreams? You have to go towards that direction. You have to try them out, okay? Doesn't matter what anybody says in your life, whether your parents disagree, your friends disagree, society disagrees, it doesn't matter. You have to listen to your own intuition, because you're in control of your happiness, and and you only know what your happiness is, because your intuition is going to show you that, okay? So you say, okay, I'm going to try this out. Let's go try it out. So you go actually do the thing. You try it out. Boom, you went up a level. You're like, okay, well, I don't like a lot of this stuff, but I do like a lot of this stuff. So what if I try this? Boom, you go up a level. And you're like, okay, wow, I actually do like a lot of this stuff, but I still don't like this and this and this. Let me go up a level again. Boom, you try something else. Now you're here, okay? Now you're like, man, I'm really close. I really like this and this and this and this. I still don't like this and this and this. What if I do this? Boom, and then you get there and you're like, oh my God, I found it. I love this shit, and this is amazing to me. That's how you do it. So if you want to find your purpose, you have to first find yourself. And the way that you find yourself is through trying things out, seeing what you like, what you dislike, and then going in a so you're literally letting your intuition guide you, okay? So you're just saying, hey, I think I'm going to like this. Let's try it out. Oh, I learned a lot. Let me try this. And then eventually you get there. So action is the key. That's literally how you find your purpose in one video. Hope you liked it. I'm out of here. Deuces.